All right. I could wait. This card can never come into play. This forest can never come into play untapped, so I'll play it first. Man, I'm annoyed that I missed the draw effect there. It's a good card for us here. I don't think I'm bouncing for tempo here, although I could. It's just so valuable. Okay. Nice. Green source and a white source. Still no black source, though. Okay. Opponent's doing greedy shit just like we are. Chandra.
Oh, today's my lucky day.
Dude, that's a good one. He took Squee out of Chandra. I'm jealous. Alright, I'm gonna Thassa first. Can get some sick Cloud Blazer draws next turn. I think just slamming Cloud Blazer here is just Chandra minus, kill it, develop, screw me. I think I need to get the double effect out of it. We're still 2 turns off. I can cast down the Planeswalker, and I may have to, but at the moment, I think I need to set up for something a little bit stronger. Having no turn 1 or 2 play has been a little rough. Don't like sagas? Sagas are sick, man. Ooh.
Yep, you're going down.
Still has 5 mana. So much. It's not a cast, it's an ETB, right? Okay. Do I have any other plays besides Cloud Blazer here? It's just cast out, right? So I don't think so. So he draws cards off me, double spelling, has infinite mana. On 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 mana right now.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, Chandra has a pretty sick ult. Okay. Yeah, your deck seems good too, opponent. And maybe at this stage of Cube, everyone's just playing these insane decks here. Okay. So second spell each turn punishes us annoyingly. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I still have no black source, so I can't hostage take or anything. Cast out for that seems good. I'm going to take 1,000,000 damage off this Consulate. I could consign the Consulate after he makes it into a thing. Plays around the 2 spells thing. Could just do it on his turn. Is it per turn? Each turn. Gonna main phase a cast out.
I don't need this.
I'm not letting him draw a card here, I don't think. I can charge Clock, it's not very exciting. But I need to consign anyways, right? So 2 mana's okay. Good end step. consign. Take the damage. Try to get it as a disc. I don't have black mana. Can't discard. Okay. No, it comes back with base counters. Comes back with 4 if he removes the cast out. I could steal Surveyor. Oh, I can't. I'm like trying to fix my black mana. I'm like, I could steal the Surveyor and grab black mana. Still taking a million here. That is not a card I wanted to see right now. So, alright. So I've got 4 7 mana only. I can... Is it each one? No. It's just a second. He's going to resolve that spell, kill 2 of my creatures. We're not in good shape here, chat, at all. Not in good shape at all. I guess I'm cascading and hoping we hit something. Could drop first, but we get 1 less cast. I can't make him discard, chat. I don't have black mana. Otherwise, it'd be a sick play, right? Make him discard the cards that fuck me up, and then cast the second one anyways. Did he just drew into removal for my drop there? Yeah. You wish you had some of these cards. This isn't constructed. This is Phantom Draft, so you don't need to have these cards to play this. It doesn't change anything. This is draft. It's cube. All right. Opponent just refilled his hand for 5 cards off this card at this point with perfect mana again while developing a million cards that beat us. I'm going to need some power level here. I don't know quite what that looks like. But I think we're in some serious trouble again, chat. This card kills a blocker, that card kills a blocker. This card draws him a card whenever I play more than one thing in a turn. This is not powerful enough here and I don't have black mana again. Can I even survive the turn? I can't block flyers. There's 10 in the air. I have no flyers myself. So my only option then is drawing, I guess. Can tap one of them. Man, was it really just like pass double tap? Might have just been actually pass with Midnight Clock and tap 2 of them. That's so bad, man. Like I lose the turn after guaranteed doing that. Yeah, okay. Maybe the double tap play was better, but what do I take still? I'm taking 8 on the ground. I'm still dead, right? Double tap is instant dead. Okay. So I don't think there's any way coming out of that. So, no Swamp Skimp does that map? Yeah, it did. Getting our black cards and not drawing our black sources for sure. Does make me suddenly wonder, like we have 4 or 3 black sources. 3. I wonder if we should be playing 4. Playing 4 black cards. Well, 3 black cards and one that is 4 black cards, I guess, and one with black on the other side. Still 3 sources and tutoring and a lot of draw. I don't know. That just might be the downside of playing. Wait, that was 3? Wait, when did we lose our 3rd game? That was our 3rd game. What was our first game? I remember the 2nd game loss. Fuck. Thought that was only 2 losses. Okay. All right. I don't remember losing 3 times, but I'm happy to draft again, so let's draft again. So we had 2 decks go over the top of us. Did we ever mill somebody out that game? I don't think we did. Does this cube have a theme? I don't know how to tell a theme for a cube. maybe. I liked my deck too. Some interesting synergies in there. So really powerful cards in this pack. Icy, Eldest Reborn. I don't hate Elspeth's Nightmare, although it's only okay. The Ape's been really good. I think I picked Eldest Reborn over Ape or Icy to start with. Icy being colorless is so good. Eldest Reborn is just such a powerful card. And it's a powerful card over... I think it's Eldest Reborn over Icy. I understand Icy... Like, if this were Dominaria, I'd probably just take Icy there, but it's not. I've found Icy to be a little clunky in this format. I don't know. I'm going to grab that. What's pick number 2 here? Bestiary, Radha, Traxos, Reclamation, Sage, all fairly interesting. Really like this card. I think it's too early for Traxos. I mean, we can build to a Traxos, but it's just a 7/7 Trampler for 4 is kind of medium in this. Most Riders interesting. To be fair, I wasn't looking at it. It's cheap sorcerer speed removal. I don't know here, man. I'm a little tempted to speculate on that. Maybe we take Wolf Strider. I mean, this is pretty early. We can build into Traxos fairly easily. Wolf Strider's nice for the rebuy and the sack. There are some sack cards. Maybe. I can get talked into it. I'm a little easy to influence sometimes when it comes to talking about cards when I'm not sure. All right, this card is pretty flexible. Its kicker is really good. It's in our color if we're playing black. Stockpile has been fairly good too. Both good. I don't think there's any other card that really is interesting. I mean, Squee has sack synergy with Eldest Reborn, or with Wolf Strider rather, but it's pretty far away from mattering. I'm really tempted to pick that inscription up. Stockpile often wheels. It doesn't always wheel though, and it's pack 1. People are looking to build around it. We have a sack synergy. I'm not wanting necessarily to commit to white, but it's a Thoughtseize. We can maybe wheel the Blood for Bones, which is pretty decent with what we have set up already. Also Primal Might, which is nice. Finale, Giant Killer is nice. All these cards are good. Happy to play Thoughtseize though. Draft. I mean, it hits any card. I think it's good enough. Let's see. What is here? Decent green Saga, although really vulnerable to interaction. Bomat Courier. Toski for draw. Is this non-token? It's not. And a Hanged Executioner is kind of weak removal. A lot of synergy with more wide effects here, though. I don't know what the strongest of these cards is. Maybe we try Executioners and wide effects. I mean, that's a card we'd want to play if we're going really wide. Although, it is other creatures, not even white creatures. Triple white's a bit awkward in a black-white deck. Is that playable? So Blind Epiphany is higher power level in my opinion than Benomish Marshal. The Wake we've just seen. This is interesting. Maybe more in line with what we're trying to do. This is both a, what do they call it? Anthem effect. It's an Anthem effect and an accelerant and a fixer. I think I'm more on that than I am on the Marshal. Tough to tell what's open. You do that by evaluating the power of the cards that are passed to you, right? And at the moment, like that last pack had a number of seriously powerful cards in a number of different colors. I'll take this figure here as cheap removal. There's a blue-green fixer, kind of, and a Dryad Seeker, Green Seeker, which are both super powerful. The rest of this pack looks pretty weak. This can be good for us if we go wide, but I don't think it's good enough to pick now. We don't know if we're going wide. We just have some effects that push us in that direction. More going wide. It's very slow. Have to move it around. Blue. What is this? Blue, red, white fixing is kind of awkward. There's a green, red land. Bodyguard fits kind of the wide, small kind of deck. This card is nuts. I don't know that we're playing white yet. And if we aren't playing white, maybe I want this. I can probably let a bodyguard go. Icy Wield. That doesn't make any sense to me. Kogla is still in the pack too. And Bugler. We actually don't have any targets for Bugler right now. It's kind of hilarious. I don't think we're a Kogla deck. Oh, we could be. Do we have humans? Spirits, horrors, wolves. No, I think this is just icy. Crab's pretty damn good too, honestly. White, green, okay for what we're looking at. Blue, green, red, blue. I don't want Waking the Trolls and Niv Mizzet, rather. Dig the temple. Yeah, icy does feel a little slow, so I didn't first pick it, but I also think it's pretty damn good. All right, land that can bring back stuff. Tokens. We don't have tokens right now. Are we looking to play green core? Maybe. This card doesn't seem super strong, though. I think I'll take the Explore. Primal Might's wheeling. Green looks pretty open. I like Rejuvenator just fine, but I prefer Primal Might. Kind of wish I got that Kogla now. So we haven't seen a lot of white. Although we have picked 3 white cards. I have the shell of like 3 different decks here. So let's hope pack 2 gives us some direction, because I'm not sure where we're going with this right now. Okay. Hey, Bylus. Plane-wide celebration. Is this good? Choose 4. You may choose the same mode more than once. I can create 4 2/2 tokens. I mean, not playing anything else in there. I'll splash Heroic Reinforcements as last pick and a Lightning Axe. Alright. Next pack. I love Sarkhan. He's amazing. Chandra's pretty good. Lannery's pretty good too with that generation. We have token. This pings off tokens, and we have a couple other token generations off Bastion. There's also a Cauldron for drawing off our tokens. There's Retreat, which is a white card that generates +1/+1 tokens on our entire board. I think I'm taking Bastion, and I'm hoping to wheel either the Retreat or possibly the Cauldron. It's also a treasure map. Ajani's fine. That's each creature. There's a couple cards I'm wheeling. I think I want Bastion for this deck, though. And we're going to try a little harder with those token things. I'm not sure I want to play Plane-Wide Celebration. We'll see. Blood Artist pings. Yeah, there's a lot in that deck that could work for us. I prefer the enchantment-based ping that also generates a body. The 0/1 for, I think it's 3 for the Blood Artist. It might be 2. I don't like it quite as much. So maybe we end up in a deck that sometimes pings them down, sometimes goes wide and kills them kind of deal. Need some red mana if we're going to play that. Alright, what is this card? Drains them if they can't discard. Kills a creature when it comes in. Lifelink due to sometimes win games. A white beater. And tokens with life gain. Alright, what are we likely to be here? We could still splash green or not even play green. Like, this card doesn't belong in a wide white-green deck. So in other words, we're likely to play Vanguard, although we're not guaranteed to play Vanguard. I do need some early game. It's a pretty solid card for what we're doing. This card is pretty nuts too, though. Not that I have much for it. Maybe I take Veto and hope to wheel Vanguard. Card is just really strong. Vanguard's oppressive. He's quite strong. Alright, there's a draw card, an elf generator in green. White-green duel, white-red duel. And a white black removal. Alright, I would like to wheel the Alseid. I'm going to take the Blood Chief's Thirst as our first piece of removal. Sometimes hard in this format. I guess second piece with the figure, but it's kind of hard in this format sometimes to evaluate removal because the card, the quality of this card is so insane, right? Like, you know, like if you're looking at like your common like draft paradigm where you're looking at like bombs into removal, but every fucking card's a bomb. So at some point you do have to have some removal because you have to have some spot removal. You have to have both tempo just for also particularly annoying to deal with cards, etc. But there we go. I love the Gear Hulk. This card wins games. It's in our colors. This card is just nuts. It's just surprise. I have a bunch of 4/4 Flying Angels. Good luck. See you next game. Cultivator's Caravan's been good, not so much for this deck. Field of the Dead seems like a build around, maybe not a build around this format. It's pretty easy to play that, but not with this deck. So white, green, black here. I'm just going to take this Starnheim. This card wouldn't, like, just straight up wins games. It's so stupid. All right. So what are we looking? We're looking right now a lot closer to black-white core splashing like green. That's what I'm looking at. I'll splash for the Wake, especially off some dual lands, especially shock dual lands. And maybe we try to splash Heroic Reinforcements. Unbreakable Formation fits this deck nicely. Sometimes that card wheels. There's a bunch of cheap red removal in here, so red looks pretty underdrafted here. Doom Necro is fine, but not exciting with a deck like this. There's no particular card we want to rebirth. And I don't think anything of this Hydra. So, easy Unbreakable. I really need 2 drops. Well, you let me know which 2 drops I'm passing. We passed the 1 Vanguard, and I think that's it so far. All right, what here? Green, we're not really looking. We're not going to have 1-drop green cards. This is kind of a weak black card. I guess it goes with Veto a little bit. There's an Unbreakable or an Unstable Obelisk, which is okay, but not really for this deck. We're not really looking to accelerate. The Fox, we're not green. You can't play 2-mana green cards in a deck that's black-white core because you just won't hit them on curve. We're splashing green, so you need to think that through a little bit more. I guess I'm taking the Gravebreaker. Really happy to see Priest early drop synergizes nicely with tokens. The Monument is excellent too. Fuck. Cards are really good for us. Is it better than Priest? Priest is like instant spot removal for opponent. Always. It's really good for our deck though. Do I take the Monument over the Priest? I don't know. We have no white creature spells, so it's just a 1/1 every time we cast, which is fine. Alright, this fits perfectly into this deck. It's a 2-drop. It's in the colors we're playing. It generates card advantage. It's a body that we can sack. Dude, Sarkon and Captain Lannery both wield. I mean, these are literally, like, these cards are both incredible red cards. Blood Artist wield, that's okay for us. It is a 2-drop, and Cauldron. We want the Drain format, but man, Cauldron seems excellent for this deck. Haven't really played this card yet. I don't know if I can play that. So Drain out of the Gray Merchant for finish. I think we'll take Valorous Stance here. I think triple black's not really where I want to be, although this is another Drain card. It's just really hard to play that card. I think I'd prefer situational removal. We have 1 piece of removal. Both these cards are good though, right? I haven't found this card to be amazing, but it does finish a game. I don't know about that one. I don't know about those picks. Those picks seem kind of questionable to me. It's white-red. Fixing, I think we'll take that over the Foul Knight. Foul Knight's okay. It's just really slow. I'm not really looking for green creatures. Trial of Ambition, black-red dual, take that. Okay. All right, that's 2 splashes for Heroic Reinforcements now. I mean, we'll take Magma Quake, but we're never playing it. Curiosity, sure. I don't know about that pick where we took the Witch's Cauldron. I know I wanted that card because I want to play it with tokens, but I'm not sure it's good enough. That fits right into our plan. So does Hallowblade. And to a lesser degree, so does Skyclave, Apparition. Scrap Heap Scrounger's fine for this deck as well. We want Beaters, we want Recursion. This card's fine actually too. Hallowblade's really hard to remove. I think it might be better than Legion's Landing. Landing's good with this deck though. Just generating Lifelinkers here. It's not command. We're gonna have 3 attackers ever? Maybe? I think I'll Hallowblade here. We passed the Vanguard earlier and I kind of regret it. Village Right's fine with a deck like this. Elspeth Conquers Death. Blue Black Duel and a Stitcher's Supplier. I kind of want to wheel that and take this. This pack is not very good for us. I don't even know if I'm playing this card. Red is wide open. I don't know how we missed red, but there's so many good red cards. We could have a sick red deck. All right, so at the moment we're just splashing Wake. We can play Primal Might. It's not great in this deck. We don't have any big creatures. Passing Embercleave? Do you think we're anywhere near Embercleave, friend? Like, nothing in this deck is anything to do with Embercleave. Like, we don't have big creatures, so we're not getting large value out of it. We don't have double red mana. Like, there's no way that Embercleave is anything for this deck. All right, that dude's green. Double green of 5, which we're never going to have. Maul is really good for a deck like this. Happy with white-green or white-black lands coming back. I don't hate this card either. But I think I'm really happy to see Skyclave Maul here. Oh yeah, it's cube. You pass a lot of really strong cards. So we've got a sweeper. It's not really where we want to be. Black-white duel, Fragmentize. Pride of Conquerors is another Anthem effect. Savior's kind of where this deck likes to be. Do I have cards I want to protect with? Yeah, I've got a Priest. Massacre Worm's very expensive. Obliterator's not something we can play in this colors. I don't think I want these 3 cards. What's the green? I mean, I could splash the Chariot, I guess. I think I Savior and hope to get one of these lands. That land's good for me, that land's fine for me, and that land's good for me. One of these 3 likely comes back. Alright, Demonic Pact, Procession, Glorious Protector. Don't hate that card right now. Actually, a lot of good cards here for us. The Aspirant's quite nice too. Growing with tokens. Is this Flash Angel any good? It's a reach creature for us. It's a little bit of white protection, but it doesn't protect tokens. We have some things we can ETB with it, like Executioners and Dust Legion Zealots and shit. I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't think Pack's where we want to be. I don't think Mirror's where we want to be. I think the Aspirant might actually be better for us. But I wouldn't mind a little bit of white protection. Divine Visitation. We now have... So we didn't take Legion's Landing. What do we have for token generation? Not a lot, right? Just like 1 or 2. Hidden Stockpile, Divine Visitation. Is it too greedy? Might be too greedy. Might be power level, though. There's removal in our colors. Black-green duel. Citadel? Doesn't really feel like a Citadel deck. I don't know. Maybe it's a Citadel deck. We have a lot of permanents. I don't know, chat. Feel overwhelmed with those choices there, quite honestly. What does this guy come back? Does he come back as a 4/4? Must not. This pack looks terrible for us. I'd just like rather take like 3 cards from the other pack. This card I'm not playing. I guess it's this. We don't need blue mana. This card really doesn't do anything with our deck. We don't have any recursion. Citadel's Bomb, maybe. White-green duel. The Warden's decent too, man. Just a 3 mana remove something. I guess remove target creature. I think I'd rather the duel though. Blossoming Defense is nice too. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like our power... What? I don't understand what I'm drafting against. Alright, Scrounger or 1/1 Dude Generator for 3 mana is too slow. I guess this is Scrounger. Okay. Hey, Lockdownin. Alright, Stitcher Supplier, Blue-Black Duel.
Great to see the magic streams.
Look at this
Hope
shit,
you're
man.
doing well.
I'm never playing any of these cards. Our graveyard doesn't matter. We don't have any... I mean, these cards just are not a thing. Alright, White-Green Duel Wield. Great. All red cards, including Demon Bolt. This pack, unfortunately, we didn't want to wield these cards. They're not cards we want to play. I think we maybe went a little low on power level here, chat. A little low on power level. I was hoping to get one of those things we passed back. But we did not. Not happy about that. Command the Dreadhorde to consideration? I don't think so. I don't think I have a lot of things to take advantage of that. Maybe we passed all of our payouts for Life Gain Matters stuff. Maybe. I do feel like that combination of cards we ended up with was weaker than it could have been. We could have had a Citadel. There's a number of cards we could have had that would have been better. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to build a wide tokeny deck, but I'm not sure that I had enough power level to make a wide tokeny deck work. We'll see. We've got a couple win cons. We got like, you know, Angels and shit like that, right? Some splashing lands. We're not playing Realm Eater. We're not playing Explorer. We're not playing Primal Might. We're not playing Tormentor's Helm. Are we playing Sacred Cat? I doubt it, but it's possible. Pride's a maybe as well. Hellblade. Cleric is a land. I'm not sure we're playing this. I don't know, a 1/3 that gains us 2 life is actually worth taking as a tap land. Feels like the power level of this deck didn't quite get where I wanted it to go. I think I'm playing Heroic Reinforcements and Wake as splash cards. I'll just Reborn. Elspeth Conquers Death here. Is that good enough? It's very slow. We get 1 land out because we have that, so we actually only need 1 more cut. Valor's Stance kind of a little questionable. So how do we kill them? Mostly through dreaming, I believe. Yeah, I feel like I didn't take strong enough cards here in the end. So maybe I just had to make the sacrifice of giving up some consistency for like one of the things like Bolas's Citadel, maybe. Yeah, we're never going to cut Maul here. Maul is damage to the face. Icy is forcing damage through as well, a bit slow. We have a final kill card, 2 of them here. This card is also fairly good for us. It's a little bit expensive, but it does do things like ramp our X spell. Do we cut ECD here? I think Cauldron has some value for us. We don't end up with quite as much token generation as I was hoping for, but we have something like Hidden Stockpile, which is generating tokens every turn. We've got something like a Scrounger that we can eat. Maybe we don't need 2 wide effects. Maybe we don't need to play red for Heroic Reinforcements when we have Formation, but I kind of feel like Reinforcements is pretty solid for us. Maybe it's the Protector. So what is Protector protecting? This card was expensive as a pick, so it feels kind of bad if we don't play this, since I played this over. I took this over. I can't remember. There were 2 other cards I wanted in that pack, and they were both good. So that's an expensive card for us to pick up. Now that just means, might just mean we're over-investing, right? Like the fact we picked it doesn't mean we have to play it. That's just sunk cost fallacy. Protects Veto. Problem is we can't protect tokens with it. I mean, we have a couple ETB kind of effects that are useful, but it's expensive. Not that expensive. 4 mana Flash Flyer. Don't want Realm Eater? I don't think so. Realm Eater doesn't really do what we want it to do. Wipes out all of our shit. We've got a bunch of really dirt cheap enchantments, creatures, and tokens. Tokens have 0 CMC. This tends to blow all of those things up. You like losing Stance and Formation. Stance is definitely questionable. Don't have to be 17 lands in this deck either. Although I am trying to set up for a bit of things to do with our mana, so maybe we want to be 17 lands. All right, let's run that. Let's drop one of these, and then let's do our lands. Okay. I don't think I'm playing a mountain. Maybe I'm playing a mountain. Dude, it's so hard to play reinforcements here. I don't know if that's worth. So we picked up 2 fixers. Both of them are tap lands, which is kind of rough. There's a pretty serious cost of playing tap lands in a deck like this. Although I'm not sure we're curving out. Like, we're not super aggressive. I don't know. All right, so what is this? This is 3, 4, 8 white sources, 6, 7, 8 black sources, and a mountain. That mountain's pretty painful. We did cut the angel, right? Didn't cut the angel. Both of these don't really take double white, though. What's our early white savior and Hollow Blade? So we're 8/8. 3/3 mana base. Okay. You don't think I have 2 dual lands. The cost of reinforcements is basically 1 tap land and a mountain for reinforcements, and sometimes we win off reinforcements. I think I'm playing this. I think this is underpowered tokens. Weak tokens is what I'd call this. And I'm not sure exactly the series of decisions. I mean, we could go back and look at the series of decisions that leave us here. This deck seems underpowered to me. So fingers crossed, I guess. All right, what do you guys think? 5 wins? I'd vote against it personally. But we'll see. Elspeth Conquers Death. I think I gotta have some removal that does something. That's one of them. Double white on Elspeth Conquers Death is correct. I haven't played Witch's Cauldron. I haven't seen it a lot either, so maybe it's not strong enough to take. But it's one of those cards that feels like it has synergies with our deck, but maybe doesn't. It might just be too slow. We have a lot of Dirtle and not a lot of fucking finish the actual do damage to our opponent, which is all right when you have super powerful cards to Dirtle to, but not so good when you're like trying to build like a board of tokens to kill them in a deck with a million fucking sweepers, or a format with millions of sweepers. I think we're probably not doing very well with this deck, but who knows? Maybe sometimes. I wish my opponent. I don't know what this is. This is an arena bug. Do I just wait until one of us dies of old age? If I leave, do I lose? Could I get maybe something in the client to tell me what to do in a situation where neither of us have a hand and nothing seems to be happening? I guess I wait. Okay. Cards like this don't really want to be an aggressive. I don't know if we're aggressive though. Maybe we're. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. It feels like I misdrafted this this one. All right, I think this is Zealot into Priest into Executioner. I guess it doesn't have to be. I guess it could be Priest into Executioner, generate 2 bodies. And then if we sack Executioner, we generate the Zealot on the next turn. That's okay too. Hey Care Bear, how's it going, man? It's fine. Milled is good cards, it looks like. Let's hope there's not too much graveyard recursion, because that's scary. What did he exile? Okay. So am I okay trading Hanged Executioner for card draw and that token and development? I think I am. Okay. Milled a card, he can recur. The opponent's graveyard is pretty stacked with recursion kind of creatures, right? And he's playing, looks like mono black. That's definitely a recursion card. Alright, so he's got protection from sacrifice. Angels probably win us this game. Develop Icy. What does Heroic Reinforcements get me? 2 2/2s, a 2/2 and a 2/3. I don't know if he's incentivized to block with that or not. He's got open mana. What do I do with the black mana I get back from it? I use this as a foretold. That seems decent. It's not like a super wide board, but I think it's fine. It's annoying. It's the problem with Priest in this format. Priest is fucking amazing, but she never lives, ever. Always gets removed. So I'm scared of this Angel, this Archfiend's Vessel recurring, but I don't know, there's a lot I can do about that. I mean, sure, why not? Recur Luris. Sack. This card is nuts, man. Every time we played this card, it's beaten me. So this is odds. So 5 is the same as 6. So I have to slow down the bleed here. So this is 5 to activate. This card's always going to be tapped. We get to land on this. So I think it's this Cauldron. Okay. Okay. The Witch is insanely good. And the fact that it's not just it's sacrifice and recur, and he's just recurred a card that recurs more cards is really painful. So, actually, it doesn't really matter. So I could prevent the lifelink going off here by sacking, but I think I prefer it like that. That's an okay card for Witch, maybe. So is 3 angels. 3 angels is 12. I kind of want to surprise. It's not really a surprise, though, dude. Another lifelink or two. All right, mono black, all the answers over there. Wolf Strider trades off versus that. Chump the tokens. So trying to get to 7. So this is tapped. So it's next turn we're casting angels at 3. I'm not sure 3 angels gets me there. That hand. Okay. Problem is he's still going up in fucking life right now, and I kind of need to surprise kill him. One more land might be good enough. I don't know. Is 3 4/4s on this board okay? Like, these things are all blanked. Just might have to be. So, okay. So I can run out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's this turn, annoyingly. It's not enough to kill him is the fucking issue. Although I guess I can reverse drain him off Reapers. So we kill this, so it's not in effect. Block the Reaper. Block the Scrounger. Take 3. There's no death touch on these, right? Okay. Oh, did he draw removal? Can he not? Can he not draw the exact answer this turn for my only way back into the game? That would have been really nice. Okay. I guess he doesn't attack with Witch if he doesn't do that, but that's a kind of big blowout there. Instead of getting a Witch off the board, I lose 2 angels. Well, he's still got his infinite recursion. I don't know how I beat him with Loris plus Witch plus the lifelinker still in play. Tapping lifelinkers in the future, I guess, but there's 2 more lifelinkers in hand. So I'm forced to sack here. I can't do anything about it. I don't think I could have waited another turn, 'cause the plan was initially to play out the dog with that to give something to sack, but there's no way we can do that turn-wise, right? Alright, 7 mana. I think I just have to kill the 4/4. I have 3 black, so I can do it this turn. So we're gonna get in for 4. There's no fucking things to interact with that, so we'll get in for 4. Play out our... Oops. Bastion. I don't think Drain is going to work versus the amount of lifelink he's got going on. How many cards is it? 5. So Woe Strider can come out next turn if we want. This is 4. Okay. Didn't need that Disfigure last turn. It would have been really nice if he just blanked. We kill in response. Alright, so he's at 13 with 2 lifelinkers on the board. So he lowers and gets at least 1 back. But I think we want them both off the board still. Oh, it has Death Touch. Fuck. Forgot about that. I was just thinking it was a 2/3 lifelinker, but it's a 2/3 lifelinker Death Toucher. The Death Touch is actually super bad for my ability to kill him with the Angel, which is kind of my plan. So losing the 4/4 flyer there seems bad. I knew it was coming back, although only 1. Yeah. What do you guys think? Did he hit some synergies in this deck or what? Like, holy fuck. Like, the synergies are so much better than our synergies. Or 14. Can remove Loris, but he even gets back another 3/2 there. So he has 6, 11, 12, 13, 14 power on the board. So we play this, we just die. Can birth back this guy, but I can't beat this board. I can't beat this. I can't beat this from here. I needed him not to have the answer to the Angels on that turn, and I needed to remember that the 2/3 Death Toucher was Death Touch, as well as Lifelink, to beat that game. Because the only way I can kill him is Surprise in the air. So, rip. Okay. Opponent had fun. His deck was really synergetic. Getting that witch. The witch is just the bomb. Like there's a lot of life linkers in the format, a lot of ways to gain life in the format. The witch just becomes insanely strong. And then add that with a Loris that you self-mill to get it in the graveyard is just strong. Okay, we're going second here. The hand is good though. I need a land, but that card's really good. It's our beater. The Witch Sees Constructed, but I have no idea. I don't follow Constructed, and this is a cube, so a lot of these things are not in Standard anymore. So it's a little tough to know. What did we take over our first Vanguard? Was first Vanguard the Vanguard, the Adanto Vanguard that we passed? Was that up against Priest? Can't remember what it was up against. So it doesn't start with a token. It's a bit rough. So most mana efficient's just veto. If we don't draw a land, we're going to want to be able to play out another creature, and Protector's okay for that. I don't know that a 1/3 that doesn't do anything on the board matters here at all. Could be Priest, but what are the two things I'm going to sack? I'm going to hope to draw untapped land for heroic reinforcements. That's a plan, I guess. It does let me fix too. Although it only lets me fix if I find cards for it. Alright. I think this might actually be Priest. Part of me wants to play that, but us missing land here is a little scary for me because I don't know what the fuck we're going to actually do with this hand without getting land drops here. Like, these cards are both fairly reasonable for us. I'm not sure that's worth splashing, but here we are. This card was too expensive Friday. Okay, never didn't have it. It's annoying. Land there is what we wanted. I guess I was gonna fuck. Okay, so I guess I'm forced to discard. I was thinking for some reason that I would be able to, that he wasn't gonna block here, but he does want to, I guess. So what are we ditching here? I don't want to ditch Starkyard here. Is it just ditch Protector? Protector doesn't really do a lot in this hand, but it is a protection spell there. Could discard Wake. We're one off of it though, and maybe it's not good enough. I do feel like Veto does a very similar thing to Wake here, right? Which is a little bit of reach. We don't have green. I mean, we do have green mana. We don't have green and white mana. Okay. Not sure. Should have probably attacked with the Priest there too. If I was okay with him blocking the Hallow Blade, then I should have been attacking with Priest. It's a really annoying card right now. Gains him a shit ton of life. Leaves 2 bodies behind. We want to get Hidden Stockpile resolved. Gain 4 more life. He's up to 22. Feels bad. Can get Veto back. We don't have Recursion, so it's kind of difficult to get anything back in this deck. Alright, so I guess this turn with our mana base is Hidden Stockpile and Protector. Bring this in tapped. Although we actually have more than that. 5. Let's see what we draw. So we're stacking the 1/1s. He's at a lot of health right now, which is annoying. So definitely want this coming in. He's going to Primal Might away the Priest unless we hold Angel up, which is white mana, which we don't have. That's not true. We can foretell this. Dude, we need to untap white here. Fuck. Untap white. It's so bad for us. So do I miss Hidden Stockpile? I guess not. Decisions and decisions there. Needed a white mana. Because the problem is he untaps Primal Mights it, right? The Priest. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Doesn't he want to have the 3/3? I guess he's got another creature. Don't know about those plays. So, okay. So the issue is, I'm assuming that Priest was going to die. We had to work through, I mean, a shit ton of lifesteal, a lifelink over there. The black mana wasn't very useful. We could have done Veto instead, but I'm trying to think of how we eventually protect our creatures. Like Priest. Doesn't have another green source, so we can't fight with... Oh, he does have a green source. He's got the Caravan. Is this per turn? No, it's my end step. So I actually want to sack these on upkeep for Scry. It will charge his counters. I actually don't want to sack those. That's fine. We're not going to Scry. Alright. I think Hallowblade's getting sacked here, chat. And so he can animate the 5/5. He can do that in response to me telling him to sack a thing too. It's only sack a creature, so I need to do this in response to him animating the Caravan. But can he just respond repeatedly with the Caravan? Caravan doesn't do anything for that, right? I don't think I can do anything here for that. Taps it, he can't crew again. Okay. So what I actually want him to do is this then. I want him to animate the Caravan. Because I want to get rid of Seraph. There we go. And then I do this. Okay. Use my mana for that, draw the card, do the damage. That's fine. We're going to get our token back. This is just slam Veto, I think, and leave mana open for sack. Can I get them both out? It's 3, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Pump by opponent. He wanted to prevent the 3 damage. Maybe a punt by the opponent. We get our token back. Flash in the protector end step if he doesn't target one of our creatures. I wish to take action. I wish to exile that one. Okay. I don't know what this fucking hand is. Priest is not super useful here, but it doesn't hurt me either. Am I just cycling mauls? I mean, I don't need to cycle creatures, right? It's just if my permanence left the... I think it's just get them in for 6, right? Hey, Galvia. Maybe... Okay. All right, we got there. I think this is probably about as many wins as we should expect from this deck. Oh, man. All right. So the best use we've had so far out of our only green card we're splashing is a 5-mana Anthem effect that doubles our mana in a deck that doesn't need extra mana. We managed to discard that to Hallowblade, so that was good. The rest of this I'm not sure quite yet. Take out Wake? What is Wake? Take out Wake? No. We haven't built a high enough power level deck is what we've done. We've paid for our splash cards, chose some kind of not perfect picks for like a black-white aggro deck with the idea of getting higher power level, then didn't take any of our payout cards. I really think passing, again, there were just a couple picks that were really rough. So, and I feel like Cube is like this to some degree. So we spent the last couple days learning the cards because I've never seen most of these cards, and then we're starting to learn the archetypes of what you can build in Cube and how greedy you can be with what power levels. So, all right, this hand is a little bit upsetting, but it's fine. This card doesn't need white mana for a while. Same with that. This card draws us cards. We're going first. Okay. I don't know if Vito's strong enough for this deck either. Randoms. Thanks, 3 sub.
I regret my username every time Filthy says it, but it's been a blast.
There you go. Full of regret. This turn's a little awkward, but not super awkward. I don't want this Magna generating a million tokens for him. So I feel like we don't have enough tokens summoning is what I feel like this deck has, right? We've got a couple things that interact with tokens like Formation and the Anthem. We don't actually have a lot that generates tokens, so I don't feel like we ever get a... I did not need to draw 3 lands off the top here. This card is going to be bad here. So we're 1 off Angel turn for 2 4/4s next turn, which I think is probably better than anything else we can do here. Go. Young Pyromancer. Card's pretty strong. Angels, then Unbreakable swing? Well, that would be the turn by turn with the only cards we have left, yes. Frenzy with 4 cards in hand and a Pyro there. That seems weird. It's going to really limit his ability to respond. He has to find the exact answer here. I think I would trade Vito for Magda here. I'm not even sure. I think we would give lifelink with Vito is what I think we would do. Maybe I just pass here. He can only play off the top of his deck and he can't sack to get his hand back. So he has to hit removal for Vito, or we hit him for 8 in the air plus another 8 off the lifelink, or we hit him for 16 next turn. Okay. Yeah, it's not a matter of do I make angels or not. The question is really do I attack with other creatures? He has no mana, so both of these creatures are super valuable for him, but I don't really want to lose Vito. So it would have been like, do I attack with like Dust Legion? Doesn't matter. All right, so this turn, we have triple black, so we actually drop this, go to combat. We're going to activate here like this. Then hit him for 8 in the face. Which drains him for 8 and does another 8 to his face. Oh, I should have attacked with 1 more, huh? Wait, what? Did he take damage last turn? He did. I missed the tap land doing 3 damage to him. We should have just fucking killed him, chat. That would have been the play here, was to win the game as opposed to not winning the game, you know? But I thought he was still at 20. I didn't notice him take the damage. I feel so bad. Okay. Small minor punts. Instead of killing a papped out opponent, we'll instead let a guy with Experimental Frenzy on the board just have another turn. What could go wrong? Where's he targeting with this? Okay. All right, we got there, but not due to me. Not due to me doing my due diligence. Feels bad. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why opponent just slams Frenzy on turn 4 with a hand, right? Like, it played so well into our thing. It's gonna limit the amount of interaction he has for our angels, limit his options, and force him to play what he draws. Seems like a really bad play on his part. We'll take it though. We'll take it. Punt and counter punt. All right, chat. I need food. Then we'll continue this. I'll be back shortly. About more than 5, less than 10 is what it takes me to eat. So I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. So I'm pretty glad I have this pandemic, or not this pandemic, this vaccine scheduled. So I was really beginning to worry my liver wasn't going to survive pandemic. I don't think I would make another year without being able to leave the house, get around, do things. I mean, not just get around the house. I mean, we can go to like parks and shit and run and the rest of it and bike and all that's nice, but not being able to travel, see people, go to restaurants, you know, meet people is just pretty brutal. Glad to have that scheduled. So. All right. Will this deck get to 5? We've won 1 or 2. Hey, Jerry. Okay. Seem to be missing my black mana. If I have another 3-drop, this doesn't really need to come online until 5. This is doable in 2. So this is okay. Yeah, I'm excited, Calric. Real excited. I've been super jealous. My parents got it months ago. But my parents are over 70, so. Mountain punishing us here. We don't really want Mountain in this deck. There's only one of them. It is a bit of a punish. Need double black for Vito to be any good too. Okay. This is kind of interesting. I don't actually know which I want to put on, which I want to foretell. This is playable on 3, but I have a 3-drop. If I draw a 4, untapped land, or even an untapped land of any type, I can just cast Protector. So I think this is probably our Starnheim. Yeah. Would have been really nice to see a black mana there, but okay. This is technically an answer to the Vanguard. I think I figured out our opponent's frenzy play, by the way, last game, which was does this thing fly? Alright, I need an untapped land pretty badly. Sweet. I think I'm just exiling the Vanguard, huh? It's too bad it's plains. Swamp would have been much better, but hey, untapped land there is pretty solid. Opponent has no idea we're playing black cards, chat. It's really nice to get our black source going. I'm okay like this. We're gonna ambush with Protector. Do we have Wake into Angels? That's pretty sick. 4/3 first strike's a lot. Still works out fine for us. Oh, come on. Doesn't attack with the 1/2? You gotta be kidding me. That'd be so bad for us. It plays around the Eldest Reborn. Someone ping this name in my chat, because this feels like a... I mean, the 1/2, you're that worried about it. Protects versus Eldest, that feels very, very questionable to me. It feels like a snipe, but It might not be. He might just have been like, you know, there's one flash white card in the format, and I was going to play around it always. I mean, that's the thing that happens sometimes, I guess. Untapped black land there is so good. Currently on the blocking plan. It's a little scary with the first strike, but it also accelerates our land for next turn for shit tons of angels. I just don't think anyone cares about the 1/2. Like, no one protects this 1/2 because no one gives a shit. The only time you do that is exactly if you know Eldest Reborn is coming the turn after, right? Like, why else? It just doesn't make any sense. Alright, so what is this? This is 2 base and XX. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it costs me 2, so I get 5 angels. I think that's good enough, right? 5, 5, 5 angels? Am I counting correctly? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2 for the cost. And 5. I think so. Could have been playing around Settle. He attacked with his bigger creature. You probably trade the 1/2 in for almost anything. That's the point, right? This card has already given its value, which is already cast the creature. You probably just trade that in for a land. It wasn't like I was low on health. I was at 16 or something when that happens. I don't think it was good play. It just doesn't strike me as good play. Because you don't care. You don't care. You played a card that makes all the non-creature spells of the opponent cost more, and they developed a tap land. There's just a large percentage of the time where they have nothing there. And the punish is you miss your damage, and the risk is you risk a 1/2 who's already attacked. Like, it's so unexciting. But I mean, this card lets us win the game, so we'll win the game. I mean, we probably won the game. I guess we couldn't develop this and activate it, but we can develop this and win. Oh, we probably could have because we have black man. So can we just hit him for 25 damage drain with this? How much mana is this to activate? 8, 5, and 3. He's tapped out, so we have 2 ways to kill him. We icy down his blocker. Does he even die there? We have 5. That trades. He blocks. He takes 20. There's no life gain here, right? So they're both lethal, I believe. All right, just in case I fuck it up, let's play out the icy. Alright. Oh yeah, he couldn't have settled me. I couldn't have settled him, rather, because I only had 4 untapped mana, and his dude makes non-creature spells cost 1 extra. So he's not playing around settle. So what the fuck was he playing around with his 1/2? It feels like exactly my hand. So, anyways. It might just be coincidence, but it seems like a really bad non-attack from him. It's an aggressive mono-white deck with a fucking maul on board. Seems... Anyway. He knows what's in the cube and he can see the colors. You think 3 open white land and a red mana makes you think Angel? I mean, I had foretold the Strathhome. Maybe the Foretell was acting like a... I foretold a different card, right? So maybe that was acting like a tell there. I don't know. I don't know that the Angel is super common. I'm not sure there's a ton of flash white flyers, and the fact that he could know I have Eldest Reborn in hand, maybe because of I have black mana, isn't really logical either. I don't think he's playing around that. Maybe. All right, I've actually been considering cutting this card. We're going second. We don't have any gas at all. We're looking at like a Flying Priest. I don't think I can keep this hand, man. Got. He wanted the block. Did I have a creature on the board? I don't know. Not sure. Doesn't matter. Really. We can't prove that he was sniping. Could have been a bad attack or a good attack, depending on what it is. All these things are kind of rough, right? Rewarded. Alright, what am I playing here? The Zealot and blocking? Next turn is Executioner. Blocks happen on my turn, so it doesn't trigger stockpile. Okay. Yeah. Don't think I had a blocker either, or an attacker that he wanted to block. I mean, the only point in the opponent's favor is he had Maul, which is really powerful equipment, and only the one creature target for it. So maybe there's a universe in which he was attempting to make sure he maintained another guy that could equip the Maul. No attacks with Vanguard at 20 health is wild. Expensive vigilance. Okay. Ah, this explains what's going on. So you can actually kill lands with that card. So a 6/6 here is pretty fucking bad for us. I'm gonna exile it. Am I chumping in the meantime? Probably. Oh, it tramples. I can't trump. Fuck. Here the mulligan hurts us, right? I guess we wouldn't have land anyways. That's a shit ton of pressure right there. He has an answer for my Executioner, which is on board, super slow removal. Then it's bad news. I'm still 2 turns away from being able to use Icy. Just rough. Card is surprisingly powerful, the Demolisher, since it hits lands. It's like on the play with that is super bad news for me. I have to take the 8 again. Rip. Go to 3, dead to a big pump spell. I don't know. Maybe he's playing pump spells here, but what, am I blocking with the Spirit for 1 less damage? I don't think so. I'm not even sure what pump spells are in this format. Want to go to 1? So I can't Unbreakable and anything else. I could Scry here for an untapped land. I'm going to play Dog. I can't play Dog. If I play Dog, I have to Temple. I'd really like to get my second white source developed here. So I think this is... It's 4 for that. I can't develop my second white. I can't. It's just... I don't have any options here. Okay. So let's get in for 2 with Flyers. Maybe even 1. That's a deck that might use Maul. Does this trigger it? Left the battlefield. It does trigger it. He's got the white trick that protects the creature. We lose the game here, but I can't play around that. Doesn't give me. I don't have any options, right? Like too much pressure out of that. Okay. This could be Angel Generator too, right? That's a card that he would definitely play in that deck. Elder Gargareth. Sweet. Attacks or blocks. Tramples too. I have to play Icy here and go to 1. That's unfortunate. No plays. I feel like that's the Angel card. Yeah. We're 3 mana off of Veto doing anything. I can chump one of those angels, but only one. So Gargareth gets to attack. Is that what I'm understanding here? 6/6 Trampler. I have to throw so many bodies in front of that. That sucks. So I can Unbreakable and get in what? 2 damage, 4 damage, bring him to 6. His turn is tap an angel, chump an angel, gang block, Gargareth. Is there a better play? Develop Veto. I can't chump Gargareth. I have to get the have to do this. Should have played that pre-combat. Okay. Yeah, if the counter is relevant on the Savior for sure. Okay, he's playing around an Anthem or a Pump Spell rather, a group Pump Spell. It's fine. I don't actually know that Savior would want to go down before that. Yes, I get the +1/+1, but he just made that play because we had mana, right? I hate not protecting the 4/4 there. But I can't win with that 4/4 and I die next turn to this attacker. the double angels if I don't have it. So no one's excited by this play, least of all me, but here we are. So what do we have? 5 mana. It's 3, 4 plus the icy. Can't even cycle cards here. I guess I could sack on my turn. That's fine. All right. Okay. I almost forgot to tap the creature. I've lost numerous games for forgetting to activate Icy Manipulator when I need to. Oh, I'm dead anyways. I'm dead on board because it's 2 fucking flyers. For some reason, I thought like I could ignore this because it's only 1 damage, but I'm at 1. What was the other play then? I can't develop Woe Strider. Just chumping 1 there, so it's got to be Cauldron, leave mana up to gain 1 life as I sack to it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it'd have to be Cauldron pass, which is super fucking bad, of course, but that's the only way to stay alive on that board for sure. I just totally missed that. I don't know why I missed him at 1 health. I certainly knew I was under pressure, but I kind of had it in my head. I'm like, I'm 1 angel hit away from dead. Yeah, that's right, but I'm also 1 hit from anything away from dead. We never come back? Probably not. The tempo, I mean, the Vanguard 8/8, right? Which hit us for 16 total damage or something, was pretty brutal. Okay. Yeah, into Gargaroth, right? It's just a lot of value, a lot of threat on the board. First time we've seen Thoughtseize is in our opening hand with the Swamp, but we don't have a second black mana. These cards are entirely dead till we get a second mana at all. These cards are all entirely dead. I think I have the mulligan going first. It feels terrible. All right, great. Now we have no white sources. Ugh. That was not a good opening hand, either version of that. For the last play of this deck, seems a little painful. I'll play this in the off chance that I get open white mana. Okay. A WotC special. We've had the mountain in 3 opening hands. We've got 1 mountain in the entire fucking deck. It's a little frustrating. We have to ambush here. So we did get paid off for the play we made. It's nice to see us get rewarded. I'm blocking the Usher. Am I blocking the Usher? No, I'm blocking the Thalia. Okay. It's a little bit scary because it's first strike, but it fucks my hand up pretty badly. Especially the Icy to develop and tap sooner. Okay. So that recurs the creatures he's got there. It's a 1/3. Anything on this board? Barely. So if I develop this, we get 2 angels next turn. I feel like I've already played this Loras deck and it beat me last time. Is it going to beat me again? Probably. So here the mana gets clunky. Most saturation's there. I don't want to cast this. I can't even cast this with 1 white, right? So has to be Foretold. Can't play that and Foretell. So it's this and pass. Okay. I guess if I draw a land here, I'll have the option of playing Icy with tap. And that might be good enough. That did just up the cost of this by 1. So that's... I should have known that was coming back, right? That's a huge fucking problem already. Yeah. I was thinking I might cast the angel thing next turn. I just missed the fact that this was going to up all my spells by 1, Mango. So I was thinking I was going to resolve angels this turn. Okay, I can resolve this now for 2/4/4 angels. And I will be. Question is, can I swing with the 3/4? So we have 11. But I can't swing out because I got to eat his dudes. He's got a lot of recursion and sack. I don't think it matters. I'll still think I think I have to swing here, so 18. It's 18 matter. Likely I'm getting in for intervals of 4 and he heals. It probably does matter. I just don't know if I can afford it or not, and I don't actually know a way I can do that combat math easily. His creatures are pretty disposable with Loris. Excuse me. I mean, we've got a pretty big bomb with this activating on angels for swinging. I maybe could afford to stall it for a little bit. I've ever played Commander fun with some beers. I played Commander twice, borrowing other people's decks, and it was really, really not that good. Oh, dude, he chooses my card here because he's got fucking 2 dudes. He's got a warrior somewhere for the 2-man party. That sucks. Okay, well there goes our win con, our surprise win con. Okay. I think I just play out my hand here, get in with the... Well, we should look at which angels, I guess, is the question here. So we're always getting in for 8. He's got a lot of drain. Can I really... I think I can't with the 3/4 because all the rest trade. These eat, though. Can I get in for 11? Maybe. We're at 14 still. We still have 4 blockers. I think we actually do swing with all of the flyers. Now that veto is not a win con for us, we're certainly going to be struggling. I think this is the first time I've had mana to play with Icy. That's good. To actually be able to utilize this. Okay. I mean, that's a nice card to have in your fucking insanely wide recursion deck that just takes away all of my cards. That's a good draw. Remember when we made that decision about this? I remember. Does it matter anything about this? I'm gonna sack the savior, obviously. I can protect the 3/1 if he has no tricks. I protect the angels if he does have tricks. So we go to first strike damage here for sure. And then we sack here and go to damage. Alright, can we tap him down and win now? He's at 18 out of that. He drained a shit ton. 4, 8. So we really can't. Should have... I guess I needed to block the Celebrant. Fuck. I think we just screwed that up. Because otherwise it doesn't work, right? So here what happens... The problem is I can block a bunch, but I'm not life gaining. I think I fucked up killing the boasting character over the Celebrant. So we get him for 11, it's not enough. Get him for 8. He has lifelink on the board? No, but he'll gain some. How much does he gain? Not that much, and our crackback's pretty good. But we just lost here, I'm pretty sure, from that play of not blocking Celebrant. I think we were okay without it. I think Celibate triggers anyways. Sure, it triggers last turn, but the problem is this turn. 5 HP is probably stable, and I would be at 1 less, I'd be at 4 HP. But here, his creatures dying don't kill me. And this turn, his creatures dying kill me. So I'm pretty sure we fucked this up, quite honestly. There's no first strike here. So all of his triggers simultaneously. So I take 4 off the drains for killing 4 of his creatures and lose the game. From my own fucking mistakes there. That's on me again. Feels fucking awful, of course. Okay. That feels like math. Feels like math I could have and should have done. I hate losses like that because that's so clearly on me that lost. Yes, his top decking Benelis Marshall on the turn that we tapped our 3/4 flyer for the first time was pretty fucking rough for sure. But I probably still could win from that position if I play it better. And that sucks. I mean, it's what you want in Magic, right? You want a game where people's mistakes cost them the game. But to be fair, we also had things like we went first, mulliganed, and then had the fucking dude that we got discarded from, right? So our win con disappeared out of our deck. I don't know. Obviously room for us to improve there. Feels kind of bad. A little tilted about it. A little salty about it, for sure. Yeah, I guess maybe I should have looked at what the trade-off was with Loris's lifelink. Tapping Loris there versus tapping the scrap heap. Were we close enough to kill them? I was expecting to kill in the crackback, but I guess, I mean, he attacks differently if I tap Loris and we're playing a value game with drains. I don't know. Clearly the option I chose was wrong. And I just value blocked for the highest power off the board is what I chose to do. All right, pack 1, pick 1. Golos is in here as a build around. The rest of the pack isn't that incredible either. Grasp is okay. Maul's fine. Sphinx is whatever. I mean, not killing Loris means he brings back Celibate. Yep. I mean, we want to get Loris off the field. Every one of his creatures is recurable there. I like Golos so much. I think Golos is the pick there because I don't think the rest of the pack is that incredible. And Golos early lets you build around it. But I don't know. I haven't really played a Golos deck yet. I gotta slow down maybe on some of the combat decisions because I'm missing, and this is not the first time today that I've missed pretty basic stuff there. So Mythos gets better in a multicolored deck. There's one duel, but only one duel. It's not one of the better ones either. That's okay actually. Tapped unless you have that is okay. This Immersion Predator has been crazy good every time I've played it. Like really hard to remove, very annoying. Good blocker, good attacker. Growing threat. It's been really good. Cultivate's in here too. I hope to wheel either Cultivate or the Fortress. So do I play the Mythos? We want permanents or spells? Does it matter? Does matter a little bit. And Predator seems so weird in this deck. It doesn't seem to be synergetic at all if we're going to run Golos. I mean, it's pretty fucking early days. Maybe we don't worry about Golos quite yet. I'll just grab what I think. I think that's the strongest card in that pack. All right. So red-white duel. It's a nice one. Loris. Poison the Cup's been very good. We did just pass the removal. Inscription's nice. The rest of it's between Dual Land, Loris, and Poison the Cup for me, probably. Usher's fine for a different deck. Maybe we take Poison with the idea that it's fine with Immersion Predator. I'm not really very close to a Loris deck right now with these two cards. I gotta graph some duels if I'm gonna play Golos, and I have a hard time figuring out when I need to commit to that. I like Icy, but it's slow. I think the rest of this pack is whatever. I like Sea Dash or Octopus, but I haven't seen it played at all in this format. It might not be very good. Clarion Spirit's quite nice too. But maybe here is, I mean, white-green's not very close. Maybe here is Fabled Passage. Icy's just such a flexible card, man. All right, Mangara is pretty nice for a deck like this. Is the type of thing we want. It's Dirtle, Stall, and really annoying for the opponent. So payoff for Golos. Mill. 2 blue-white duels. Gotta start drafting dual lands pretty aggressively. There's a red-green duel there. Phoenix in here. Magda's in there. I'm taking Magda. It fixes our mana. Scorching Dragonfire and Behold. Really nice pack. And Cast Out. That's a fucking crazy pack to get here. So many good cards there. I'm taking Magda for fixing. It's early game fixing, and if we don't play the Golos version, we're going to play it. Feed the Swarm in black. It's pretty... hits a lot of targets. It's a little bit mana health intensive to play it. There's an Ember Cleave. Do we just kill the Golos plan here? We have 4 good red-black cards, some of which are fairly aggressive. We could just throw Ember Cleave in here and occasionally win games with Ember Cleave. Red seemed kind of open up to that point too with that late dragon. It might also be the best Golos card. Like, what other Golos cards are here? What are we dicking around with here? There's no dual lands. It might just advance both game plans a little bit. There's Elemental Chandra, who I don't like. I don't know what this card does. Exile target creature and all other creatures its controller controls the same name. And then they investigate. That's terrible. Rex Sage in green. Green blue. And a Tybalt. Synergies with Emergent Predator and Tybalt. I think I'm taking Tybalt. I'm moving away from Golos with these picks right now. Alright, we wield Maul. Got a red-white duel. A Claim. We have something to sack to now, but Claim has pretty low target selection. I don't care much about that card. I think I take the red-white land. Alright, Cloudblazer and a blue-white duel, as well as Earthshaker. Here's another decision. Are we trying to work Golos into this deck, chat? If we are, we want the blue-white land. If we're not, we want Earthshaker, because Earthshaker's pretty solid. Works with our deck. I'm not very Golosy. I'm not feeling very Golosy in this deck, chat. Even though it was pack 1, pick 1. Okay. Not big on that. I guess there's a world in which we're playing white instead of black. Lava Runner, we have no instants or sorceries. Or actually, not a very instant sorcery. I mean, we have 1. Waker, Sea Dasher, and Hound. Dude, I do not like Hound. Phoenix, nice wheel. Solid little red recursion creature. Oh my god. Okay, red is wide open. Do we want Kindling Phoenix with this deck, or do we want Scorching Dragon's Fire? Jesus, I don't know, man. They're both so good. I have no idea for that pick. Alright, but red is wide open. Is there reinforcements in there in white? Hey, Best Boy missed. Other card games I like. There's an Olamog. I played this. I built a deck around this guy, and I didn't read it fully. I thought it was when I brought him into play, so I built a deck around cheating Olamog into play, and the first time I cheated him into play, I was really, really salty. So there's a Mentor here. We know red is open. We're not so clear on black. We might end up just splashing black for the Emergent Predator. So maybe this is heroic reinforcements, and then we try to grab Mentor on the wheel. This could also be Vanguard if we're playing white. I mean, Vanguard's pretty solid. Feels like in reinforcements a little less good for this deck than the last deck. Vanguard maybe just a solid white beater here. We'll see what comes out of it from here. Okay, Soulscar Mage is fine. It's a white-red duel. What do we pick up for duels? We've got a red-white duel, red-white selective one. Okay. So what out of this pack? Double black, red, white. This is white, white, whatever. Black duel, red, black land. This pack seems bad for us. This is maybe Bone Splitter Axe or possibly God Willing. This feels like a deck that would take advantage of Bone Splitter. God Willing is good. A 1 mana trick to keep something alive. Is it better than a piece of equipment? There's much better equipment in this set than Bone Splitter. It's just cheap. I don't hate seeing the Soulscar Mage again either. Another very annoying creature. Maybe better than a trick here. Alright, History is nice. There's Witch of the Moors, which I think is I think this card is insane. I just don't think it's insane enough with what we have right now. Like, we have no lifelink. We're almost certainly playing red, so it's double black now. Makes it very difficult to play. I think this is history. Okay. Why was I disappointed when I cheated him to play? Because he doesn't use ETBs when he comes into play. He doesn't. No, there's no effects that enter the battlefield with him. Young Pyromancer is a bomb for our deck, as is Dauntless Bodyguard. This is more of a mid-rangey card, but it's a shit ton of card advantage and really, really good, this card. I'm not sure. Do we have the instants and sorceries to make this guy do something for us? No. Red is pretty open too, although it can't be open on the entire table. I think we showdown, but we're a little sad to see that up against two other really good cards for us. Magma Quake kind of counters what we're trying to do. White blue doesn't get us anywhere. Black removal, we're not sure we're splashing black yet. Castle is fine. It's a little bit of reach. Rest of this pack seems pretty bad for us. Sword is nice. It's that better equipment I was talking about. Never Return is fine. This card blew us up last game. Dire Fleet's fairly good in this format. Berserker's amazing though as a 2-drop attacker. That sometimes gets you a 5/5 flyer. Is it better than Body? Than Sword of Body and Mind? It seems so crazy that Sword of Body and Mind's this late. We have a couple evasive creatures, but it is very expensive equipment for 3 costs and 2 to equip. I think I just take the Berserker. 2/2 First Striker, who also has a boast that summons dragons, is quite nice. Blade as equipment, crew, Field of Rain, and Angel of Innovation. Angel does put out quite a lot of good stuff. Maybe it's a top end. I think it's better than this. Maybe Field of Ruin's good enough here. We could hate some lands. I don't think I want an Ancestral Blade. It's cheap though, and it moves around nicely, but it's just not a lot of impact at +1 power. All right, Glorybringer is like the nuts for us, right? A flying haster. Dude, red-white is so open. Look at this. I'd love to play Tajik too, but Glorybringer is much better than Tajik. Tajik is often just a 3-mana 3/2 haster with like no other text on him. Mentor Wield, Frenzy Wield, Heroic Reinforcements Wield, Owlspeed's Wield, and Ranger of Eos Wield, which gives me like a fucking headache because I want every one of those cards in my deck. I guess this really isn't a Frenzy deck. This is between Mentor and Reinforcements. We have a lot of token generation. Reinforcements seems really good. Mentor is excellent too, but it's more of a value-y kind of thing. God's Willing Wield, as did Bone Splitter Axe. I think I rather our first piece of equipment than our first trick. Insult to Injury is actually pretty nuts. I kind of didn't even mention it. I don't remember what it was up against before, but it's actually pretty decent here. Its front side is all of my creatures do double damage for a turn, and its back side is remove a creature and deal damage to a player, or do 2 damage anyways. Pyromancer Wield, as did, okay, I mean, we nailed the lane we were supposed to be in, because every card we could possibly want to play is still in here. I mean, Torment, we'd play all 4 of these in our deck. Maybe we'd cut Bugler, but the rest would be played. Do you guys want a 2/1 evasive creature, or do you want a 4/4 that pumps all of our stuff? I'm taking the 2/1 evasive creature, but like, this is crazy, the options here. All right, the last pack. Lightning Strike, Pillar of Flame, Bowmat, Hazoret. I think this is light, and then there's a Shield Breaker too for random artifact hate and 2-drop. I think this is Lightning Strike. We have that Pyromancer. We have a number of evasive creatures. I don't think Hazoret's worth picking up here. First of all, no one's in fucking red. And second of all, our deck isn't even a Hazoret deck. We got lots of things that we hang on to in our hands, like the Angel of Intervention, Glory Venture, like showdowns. Like, I think this is just Lightning Strike. Maybe Bowmat, but I think it's removal. All right, Sovereign is nuts in every deck I've ever seen it in. It's a little slow for us. Bunch of black cards. We got the Seal Away and the Treasure Map. Seal Away is interesting, but we're kind of aggressive. Integrity Intervention is a card I hope to wheel. It's a white-red duel. I think this is just Sovereign. We're like looking a little mid-rangey. Maybe we wanted the Mentor if we are going to be this mid-rangey. But I don't think we're playing black. We haven't seen black with duels. It's too bad. I'd love to play with our Immersion Predator. I think is very good. But I think this is just Sky Sovereign here. It's just a value card. We can crew it. It nukes things. It's evasive. It's just a really good card. Tristani is excellent. There's a red-black duel if we're going to try to fit that in late. There's a Bone Crusher and a Retreat. We're not very wide. The card I want to pick up here is Bone Crusher. I'm looking at this Malice. It just depends if we try to splash that Immersion Predator. It's a very strong card. It's Graveyard Hate as well as a bunch of other good things. And Swift Response is in here too. Hey, Wizard. What was your thought on the your Lightning Strike pick? How's it going, Joe? All right, there's a Skewer here. Kind of nice with this deck. Not amazing. There's no red or white cards in this deck besides, or in this pack besides that. A couple black cards that we would never play. What does this one do? It's a very slow draw. Okay. Take the Skewer. I'm not sure we're playing Skewer quite in that. Shatter Skull Smashing. I've never played that card. Dude, there's a Sarkon here. And a Rampaging Ferocidon. Man, it's like so hard to pick these cards and there's so many good ones. Like, we have a lot of 5-drops, but this 5-drop's insane. This is probably the best 3-drop I've seen for aggressive red-white decks yet, though. And it's a 3-drop. I think I take the fucking Ferocidon. And I hope to wield a Sark. I want both these cards, but I guess I would take Shatter Skull as a second. I think it has to be Ferocidon. It'd probably be our worst 5-drop. I think it's better in Angel of Intervention. I think Sarkon is quite a bit better in Angel of Intervention. They're both so good, though. It's hard to say. Atmosphere's Harvester. What are our 2-drops? We've got the Pyro, which is insane aggression. The Harvester, which is a little bit slower, but has that nice life linking and flying evasive shit, so we can get both damage forced through as well as racing. I don't think I want a Valorous Stance here. Those are the only cards that are really interesting to me. I've got fair enough 2s right now that I don't feel like I have to have a weak 2 like a Pyromancer. We've got 6 powerful 2s. Evasives, generating dragons, more evasive, token generate, like mana generation, and then value. We're nowhere near this. This is an X spell that goes face. There's no white or red cards in this pack besides these 2, and that card is not a card we can play right now, so we'll take this